In this video, we'll be looking at degrees of adjectives and specifically focusing on the comparative degree. So an adjective has 3 degrees. There's the positive, like strong or tall. Anything that we've been working with already is a positive adjective. There's a comparative, like stronger, rather strong, taller, rather tall. And finally, there's the superlative. You might have already heard this word in phrases like senior superlatives. We have things like strongest, most strong, very strong, tallest, most tall, very, very tall. Today's question is going to be about how to form the comparative degree. Now, before we get going, it's good to remind ourselves about the bases of adjectives. To find the base, I recommend looking to the genitive singular of the feminine form. Now, that might seem like a lot of steps to you, but it will always get you the right base no matter what. Once you go to the genitive singular of the feminine form, remove the ending and there's your base. Okay, so to form the comparative degree, Latin adjectives regularly form the comparative by adding IOR or EOR to create a masculine or feminine adjective, and IUS or EUS to create a neuter adjective to the base. So let's take altus, alta, altum, which means tall, or our base is going to be alt. To create the masculine and feminine adjective, we're going to create altior by adding the IOR. And to create the neuter, we're going to have altius by adding IUS. And this will mean taller. Next, let's consider sacer, sacra, sacrum, which means sacred. Your base is going to be sacra, S-A-C-R. To create the masculine and feminine form of the adjective, we'll add IOR. And to create the neuter form, we'll add IUS. So we have sacrior and sacrius, and this means more sacred. Okay, I want you to try finishing the rest of this chart on your own, and in a few seconds, I'll complete it for you on the slides. Go ahead and pause the video now first. Okay, so you should have found clarior for the masculine and feminine, and clarius for the neuter to mean quicker. Tristior for the masculine and feminine, and tristius for the neuter to mean sadder, and audacior for the masculine and feminine, and audacius for the neuter to mean bolder. Okay, now that you know how to get the nominative forms for the comparative, we need to learn how to decline them, because remember that adjectives agree with their nouns in gender, case, and number. Comparative adjectives are declined like third declension nouns. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So we'll use altior again for our nominative of the masculine and feminine, and altius for the neuter. Because it is functioning like a third declension noun, our genitive is going to be altioris. And you can compare this to another third declension noun that ends in or, such as soror, sister, sororis. The neuter is going to be the same, so also altioris. The dative will be altiori for both as well. The accusative will be altiorem for the masculine and feminine, but it will be altius for the neuter because of the laws of neuters. Their nominatives and accusatives always look the same. The ablative will be altiore for both columns. Okay, I want you to finish the rest of this chart and do the plurals on your own. In a few seconds, I'll put it up on the slide for you to check. Okay, we have altiores, altiorum, altioribus, altiores, altioribus for the masculine and feminine column in the plural. And then altiora, altiorum, altioribus, altiora, altioribus for the neuter column. All right, now that you know how to do all the forms, let's figure out how to use them in sentences. To compare something with another thing, our first option is that we'll use the word quam and translate it as then. Our second option is that we're going to put the noun that we're comparing into the ablative. This is called the ablative of comparison. I have two examples. Let's start off with the first one. Julia est tristior quam Marcus. We'll translate this as Julia, or Julia in English. Est is tristior, sadder. Quam, we'll translate this as than. Marcus. Now, when we use quam like this, the words that are being compared on either side of the quam must be in the same case. So Marcus is in the nominative to show that it is being compared with Julia. Okay, our second version of the sentence, Julia est tristior Marco, has the exact same meaning, but we're using a different construction. In this case, Marco has been tossed into the ablative because we are using the ablative of comparison construction. These are two different ways to express the same thing. It's up to you and your stylistic preference to decide which one you want to use. Authors of Latin literature will rotate between them freely. See if you can do the second example on your own. In a few seconds, we'll go over it. Okay, habito in villa altiora quam amphitheatro. Habito means I live. In villa, in a house. Altiora, taller. Quam amphitheatro, than an amphitheater. What case is amphitheatro and why? Yeah, it's ablative because it must be in the same case as the word it's being compared to, villa. So both villa and amphitheatro are in the ablative. Now the second version of the sentence, habito in villa altiora amphitheatro, has the exact same meaning. However, this time, amphitheatro is in the ablative because of the ablative comparison. But we translate it just the same. Okay, I hope you've had a great time comparing things today.